Alright guys, so we just did the year 11 round. We're working on our year 12 decisions right now. Let me go ahead and let you know what happened if you watched the first year 11 video. So this is the market snapshot of North America and how we ended up last year. So you can see this our strategy. We're kind of sitting right on top of company B as far as our pairs sold. You know, we did okay. I mean, obviously we didn't have the same demand that company B did, but we we did okay. We came in. Let's look we came in last. We did not do okay. But there was a lot of demand in North America. We really need to keep that in mind as we move forward. Let's see really what happened. So as you can see, our private label sales really dropped off. So that's where we made our biggest mistake. Was in our private label sales. We just didn't price to the market. We got undercut. And just to give you guys an understanding of why we made the decisions that we made, we played a couple of practice rounds in this game for 2 weeks, and no one was doing private label. We were destroying the game. I mean, I think we broke it actually. We made so much money in private label. And we figured that people would have seen that, but we had our private label price at $35, so we didn't think that people were going to undercut the market as much as they did. If you look at how people were playing the markets, we went down to $29.98, but the lowest, the other team went down to $28. Now they didn't allocate anywhere near as much inventory as we did, but we just didn't get the sales. I mean, kind of across the board. I think we got shut out in one of the areas, and we did make a couple of sales here. We didn't make any sales in Asia on private label, so that's really what hurt us. It was just such a big part of our strategy, and now it's just driving the cost down so far that the likelihood of getting any margin out of private label is slim to none. And we didn't focus anywhere near as heavily on our branded sales strategy, which is the reason why, as far as a strategic standpoint, we're sitting right on top of company B with not a lot of product breadth and just slightly higher quality. So we're really just kind of competing on price here. My idea moving forward, as you can see, there's a lot of space in the strategic route map. So what I'm thinking we need to do is to distinguish ourselves with both number of models available, so making different types of shoes, and also having a higher quality. And we don't really even need to have much of a higher quality. If we spend a little more on product line breadth and see if that moves the market, I think we'll be fine. And we can just really aim for profitability in this segment right in here, right there. That's kind of our sweet spot. So if we can take this over and just run for profitability, I think we can take this away. Now, I don't know if the decisions that we're making this year are really going to be able to get us there, but I'll take you through what we're doing. So, seeing how we didn't make anywhere near the profit we thought we were going to make last year, we reduced our corporate and social responsibility. We turned into greedy capitalists and decided not to save the world, not to save the environment. We are still doing our ethics training for managers only. And we are still doing the workforce diversity program, so I mean we are still committed to social responsibility, just not as committed. Now the sales forecast, I actually had a lot to do with this sales forecast, and anybody that has done any forecasting with me knows that I forecast fairly conservatively. So I'm basically saying that people are going to be lowering prices and increasing quality and advertising heavily, and all the things that I think they're going to be doing in order to sell more shoes. As you can see, I'll bring that along as we move along, but we're looking at our sales forecast being a little conservative so that we are doing the right things here. And as far as capacity goes, we are making some upgrades to our plants. We want to get the quality boost automatically in our plants so that we don't have to spend as much increasing the quality, and therefore we can start to lower the price on our production and then we're going to try to figure out what else we want to have done in our plants so that we can go into our strategy. Now, we already kind of messed up because we didn't have the strategy in the beginning, so we need to just pay attention to these different options and see which one's going to help us with our strategy specifically, and go from there. Now, with branded production, and this is what I was tweaking before. So right now we're sitting at a quality rating of 6 in Asia and 5 in Latin America, and right the way that we have it, if I tweak any one of these numbers, you can see the quality rating falls. So we have it just right there pegged on the line where we have a quality rating of 6 and no more in the marketplace. We really did that so that we can really just drop down the cost, the manufacturing cost per branded pair, just as low as we can get it. We're going to be trying to drive down these costs as time goes on so that we're able to just maximize our margins. As far as the distribution goes, we're shipping, or we're producing in North America. We're not really focusing on Europe. Well, sorry, we are focusing a little bit on Europe. We have no production facility in Europe. We are shipping some of our shoes to Europe to be sold, but we're pretty confident that the other team is going into Europe, and I'll show you why here in a minute. So we're thinking if we can dominate Latin America and do some work in Asia and do some work in North America, that'll give us an overall large enough footprint that we can just send the rest of our shoes to Europe and Africa. Now, as far as our internet marketing, we dropped the price way down, and that was really just in an effort to bump up this earnings per share. We're really trying to get some profitability in the next year. That's going to be just really important for us, so that we have some cash and are just able to make more strategic decisions. The more cash we have, the better decisions that we can make. We can start to invest for the long term, and really start thinking now about what we're going to do in years 14 and 15, and then how we're going to be tackling the rest of the game. So we have a little bit of catching up to do, and we're just trying to make sure that we don't end up just too far behind everybody. As far as wholesale marketing, we do have our price a little bit higher here in North America. We had dropped the price way down in Latin America, which is strange to me, seeing as how I don't really see anyone else going into Latin America, and we're not going to have enough production there to flood the market. I mean, everyone else is going to have more. They're going to have a higher price. They're going to have more profit margin, and once our inventory is scooped up in Latin America, they're just going to have a field day. But I mean, these projections are what they are. I mean, we're really kind of going by the projection, but I don't see that being terribly accurate. I think we should bump up the price. That's just me, though. I don't run this ship all by myself. As you can see, our choice of celebrities. So in the previous year, this other team, they got some celebrities. We really didn't focus on spending the money, so they're going to be seeing the effect of these celebrities. And you can see the reason why we think they're going into Europe is because the celebrities they got are not particularly strong in Latin America or Asia. They have the highest marks in North America and Europe. So we're thinking that's really where they want to compete, and that's great. We also want to compete in North America, but we're really focused on Latin America. So we're going after Michelle Lee. We think she's going to be great for both Asia and Latin America. We're going after Jose Montana, who's going to be great in Latin America, and so. Yeah, I mean, we're just trying to get some celebrities to compete in the markets we're going to compete in. We can branch out after that. If we were going to be competing in Europe or Africa, we would try to go after Shigeru Iglesias, but she's not going to be available until year 13 anyway, so, we're just really trying to get to where we can right now. With private label operations, we're not going as, I mean, we're still going heavy in Asia, Latin America, and it looks like North America. We're not going that heavy in Europe, so we dropped our bids way down. I mean, we're hardly making any money per pair of shoes, but you know, we'll take what we can make. We're actually willing to go all the way down to break even in this market. You know, but and that's gonna get brutal. You know, we're just going to see how far this game's gonna go and how long it can stay there. So it's such a gamble with these private label sales. And earlier in the practice rounds it was profitable, not so profitable anymore. Not a strategy that I think is going to carry us through the game as much as I would like it to. We're really going to have to go into that blue ocean strategy. And we're doing a stock repurchase this year since we did so poorly last year. Our stock price is way down. Our credit rating is also way down. But yeah, I mean, yeah. So we're gonna buy some stock back. We're also giving a dividend. We're gonna give a dividend to ourselves. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's where we're at as far as the company is concerned. Looking at what the other companies are. Looking at where the other companies are at. Company A is, you know, hovering at a nice net profit. That's us. But companies B and C are really killing it as far as net profit. And we really need to get up in that range. We actually need to start bringing ourselves up into like the 10 to 15% range as far as net profit. And we need to figure out how to get ourselves there. So it's going to be a combination of driving costs down and increasing sales. We just really need to figure out that strategy for the long term and just crush it while trying to limit everyone else's ability to be able to do the same thing. So that's where we're at. That is our decisions for this year. We're a man down this year. Curtis is not. I think he's doing something for work, so he's not able to help as much. And you know, next we'll see what happens. We'll see the result of this year's decisions, and you know, once we figure out the profit that we have for this year, we'll start to see how we can start to scoot away from these other companies into this blue ocean here, and we'll go from there.